Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be looking at Violet Voss's Flamingo, Glamingo, uh, eyeshadow palette and their face palette. I really love Violet Voss. They're probably one of my favorite eyeshadows out there. I just think the quality is so good with them. So this is my eyeshadow and I'll just come a little bit closer with it. This I've worn all day and it's actually stayed on. It's still so vibrant that I'm just like, oh, it's so amazing. So it's not necessarily that well known of a brand for Violet Voss, but it's definitely something to check out. Like, I just think they're really good with what they have. So we're looking at Glamingo, opening it up, you have this kind of corally shade. So right now I am wearing the pink one on my cheeks, so a nice color. I'm wearing the highlighter, so it still lasts kind of like, this is what I put on kind of at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's now kind of 8:30 p.m. So I still got pretty good coverage. So if I just kind of brush it up on one side or touch it up, so just trying to touch it up on one side versus the other, like, it's still pretty good. The highlight's kind of giving you that soft glow, so it's not like a really sparkly, but a nice ambiance with it. And then I'm not a big bronzer, but I did kind of use this one. Bam! Oh, a little too much there. We'll just make it more on the other side. So I think it's kind of like a nice blendable bronzer. Bam. So I really like it kind of blended out with my bronzer, not like these harsh lines. But it is great. So let me just kind of swatch these. So the Flamingo, right? And then going in, ouch, kind of a brush. Right, so a nice kind of tinge. Sorry, I can't apparently hold something and apply blush. So it's kind of hard to see on camera, but definitely if you are a little bit more tanned, it's probably a little nicer. Coming here. Bam. You know what, maybe I just wasn't using the right blush, because at first I was like, I don't think that one's really my color, but it's turning pretty okay. Then we have Sweet Cheeks. So just going, so it's that light pink, and then applying it so we can kind of see that flushness. You can definitely kind of see it on my cheeks. I just feel this one's not even. So very easy to touch up as well. Then we have White Sand. highlighter there. Bam. And then we have Paradise. So just going on the other side. With brush. Bronze Goddess. So this one's matte. And then Fake and Bake. So Fake and Bake, I think, probably would just be an eyeshadow for me. I was like, maybe on my shoulders, but I like tested that out and didn't really work for me. But if you're kind of a deeper skin tone, then I think it would be a nice kind of bronze shade. Or it can kind of be like your shimmery bronzer. And then I just have to take these off. And then in my, so I had a video about NKPR, and this was in there. So you get like a large pack of them. And I'm really liking these as my makeup wipes. So these are Lise water makeup wipes, and they're pretty good. So just kind of like wiping things off, it takes it off. It takes things off pretty well, so that is always good. So kind of just going on that side. Right. All wiped off, all good to go. So this palette is kind of $60, so it's more up there. So if you're really looking for a good contour palette, would this one be it? But if you're kind of like, I just want a little, I think this one's really nice. I do think it lasted really well for the day. I really love it. The company as it goes. Right, so cute colors. Then we have Flamingo, their eyeshadow palette, and just like, look at these colors. Like, oh, I'm so excited because some of the other Violet Voss palettes are kind of similar in colors. Like if you look online at Sephora, you're like, these palettes are all kind of the same, but like buying some of them, you're like, no, they're different. So I do have like, I have a lot of them. Just pause. So from Violet Voss, I do have a lot of their other palettes. So definitely like the Pro palette is definitely a great one. And like it's maybe a little bit more expensive, but I do find you get a lot of colors. Like we have the rainbow one, and kind of looking at this one. So looking at the two, you might be like, there's kind of similar colors. But the shades are slightly different in them. So I'll kind of do a swatch of this one and kind of compare the similar colors in this one. So what I kind of like about Violet Voss is, yeah, they'll kind of do like really similar colors where you're like, is that the same thing? But there's like a tad difference to it. So when you have the multiple palettes, you can really create like a well-defined look, I feel. Like it's not like, hey, it's everywhere. So let me just go through and I'm gonna swatch the first row. So we have Flamingos, Donut, and this is kind of like the pink that I was hoping for in Tarte's Fairy, be like in Tarte's Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust, I think it is. I wish it said the name on it for myself. We have Flip Flops, Bikini, we have Oceanfront. So that I think is like a really pretty color that I haven't really seen in kind of other palettes. So it's kind of like that minty aqua almost. Then we have Tidal Wave, and be like, yes. So I feel like Rihanna's Morocco palette, or Fenty Beauty, right, has kind of this bright color. So if you're like, I don't really know about Fenty Beauty, just because like I'm curious too kind of about that palette and debating whether or not to get it, but I feel like this is one of those bam bright colors. And if we see on my eye, right, that yellow is kind of that matte that I just applied with a brush, and it was bam, where I feel like from reviews about Fenty Beauty's eyeshadows is you really have to use them wet to kind of get that metallic finish. That's not the case with Violet Voss. Like, you can use your brush and you'll really get that bam. Yes, you can use it wet and we get more of a bigger bam. But sometimes some of them look the same using it wet or just using a brush. So that's always nice. We have Beach Ball. Sorry, I just touched the wrong area first. I'm just gonna swatch that one again. We have Beach Ball, Watermelon, and like I feel like with these two colors you could kind of do a watermelon eye look. I think I might try that out just to be like a little bit extra and summery. So this is the first row. Then we have Lemonade. So I'm kind of wearing that on my under eye. Okay, let me swatch it. Lemonade, Pineapple. So Lemonade's kind of a matte yellow, Pineapple is shimmery. We have Popsicle, Sunbathe. So these are mattes, and I'm kind of wearing all four of these colors along with Island on my eyes right now, and I'm really loving the look. Like at work, people are like, oh, your makeup looks nice. So I was like, yes. If people kind of compliment you on your makeup, you're like, okay, I'm having a good day. There's Surf for the next row down. We have Coral. Then we have Island. And this I'm kind of wearing on my outer corner. Deepened with Popsicle. Sand. So that's going to be kind of your like lighter one to kind of put all over. And I guess I'll just do it on my hand. There's Seashell. Pinwheel. Sandals. And Sunnies. So this palette is kind of $60, but like you get so much shadow in it and they're great quality that I'm not mad at it. So definitely if you're like, I want a fun bright color palette, this is what I would recommend. Like hands down, like so excited for it to come out that I was like, yes, it needs to come. Definitely if you like those bright bold colors, this is one to try because I feel like it lasts, they're vibrant without having to go through extra steps. And like it still provides you with those matte shades. And it's nice that they kind of do that white kind of help blend things out, and a black in their palettes. And their blacks are always like just a slight difference in them that I really appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have yourself a great day and see y'all next time. Bye!